We all know Judge Frank Caprio. His courtroom in Providence is famous for being a place of mercy, understanding, and second chances. He listens to everyone, from the struggling student to the single mother. But there is one thing Judge Caprio will not tolerate: blatant disrespect for the law. On a busy Tuesday morning, the courtroom fell silent as Miss Veronica St. James swept in. Veronica was a wealthy fashion influencer and a prominent figure in the city's social scene. She was dressed in a designer suit that cost more than most people's cars, and she was loudly finishing a phone call as she approached the bench. The bailiff had asked her 3 times to hang up. When she finally did, she looked at Judge Caprio, not with respect, but with annoyance. This wasn't going to be a normal parking ticket hearing. This was about to become a battle of egos. Close up of Veronica rolling her eyes. Judge Caprio adjusted his glasses and looked at the file. Good morning. You were here on 4 separate citations. 2 for speeding in a school zone and 2 for parking your vehicle, a Bentley Continental, in a handicapped space without a permit. How do you plead? Veronica sighed loudly, checking her manicure nails. Look, Judge, can we speed this up? I have a photo shoot in an hour, and my time is extremely valuable. Just tell me the fine so my assistant can wire the money. I don't do court. Her ripple of shock went through the gallery. You don't talk to a judge like that. Judge Caprio, ma'am, everyone's time is valuable. The parents of the children in that school zone feel their children's safety is valuable. The people who need those handicapped spaces feel their access is valuable. Veronica laughing dismissively. Oh, please. It was 8 a.m. Nobody uses those spaces anyway. It's just a money grab by the city. I'm happy to pay her a little tax so I can leave. The judge's famously kind demeanor began to harden. He wasn't dealing with someone who made a mistake. He was dealing with someone who thought they were above the rules. Judge Caprio was describing her feisty attitude. It is not a tax, Miss St. James. It is a law designed to protect the vulnerable. Your record shows a pattern of disregarding anyone but yourself. Veronica practically scoffed. Disregarding? I donate thousands to charity every year. You should be thanking me, not lecturing me. Then she made a fatal mistake. She decided to attack the judge personally. Veronica, honestly, this whole charade is ridiculous. You're just a municipal judge sitting in a dingy little room enjoying your power trip over normal people. You have no idea what it's like to live in the real world where people actually achieve things. You're just jealous of people with money. An elderly man and woman in a wheelchair or with a cane, looking dignified but upset. The courtroom gasped. Judge Caprio slowly took off his glasses. He didn't yell. He was far too experienced for that. Instead, he calmly motioned to the bailiff. Inspector, is Mr. Henderson here? An elderly man in the back row slowly stood up, leaning heavily on a walker. It took him nearly a minute to get to the microphone. Mr. Henderson, please tell Miss St. James why you are here today. The old man's voice was shaking. Your Honor, on Tuesday, I had a doctor's appointment at the Miracle Building. I have a handicap placard, but all the spaces were full. A large Bentley was parked across 2 of them. I had to park down the back. Mr. Henderson explained that while trying to walk the extra distance on the icy sidewalk, he slipped and fractured his hip. He had been in the hospital for 3 days. The courtroom was dead silent. All eyes turned to Veronica. For the first time, her arrogant facade cracked. Judge Caprio, you see, Miss St. James, your convenience costs other people their safety. You think your money makes you important, but in this room, the only thing that matters is character. Veronica tried to speak, but the judge held up his hand. You wanted to pay a fine leave? Fine. The maximum penalty for the citations is $2,500. You will pay that today. Veronica nodded quickly, pulling out her credit card. Fine, done. Can I go? Judge Caprio, I'm not. The judge leaned forward, his voice dropping to a steel whisper. For your blatant disrespect of this court, I am holding you in contempt. That is an additional $1,000 fine.
And since you seem to have forgotten what it's like to not have privilege, I am sentencing you to 100 hours of community service. Veronica, community service? I don't have time for that. You will make time, and you will serve it at the Providence Rehabilitation Center, helping elderly patients like Mr. Henderson learn to walk again. Maybe then you will understand the value of those parking spaces. The judge banged his gavel. Next case. Veronica St. James walked out of that courtroom a lot less arrogant than she walked in. Her penalty was towed for unpaid fines, and she'd spent the next 3 months pushing wheelchairs. Judge Caprio proved once again that justice is blind. It doesn't care about your gender identity, your bank account, or your social status. If you disrespect the law and hurt the vulnerable, you will face the consequences. What do you think of the judge's sentence? Was it fair? Let us know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to Black Story Tales for more stories where justice always